This is Mogul Talk.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we call Mogul Talk. Table Talk Radio's own, Season 2. You heard it here first, folks. Yo, hashtag mute R. Kelly. I don't see nothing wrong. Nah, I can't sing that, right?
Nah, R. Kelly's muted. R. Kelly's done. It's your boy here,
Yo,
King
I'm
Jules.
a flirt. I'm a flirt.
I mean, I'm a flirt. I mean, no, we're not gonna do this because we're
Good,
gonna go
good.
down
I'm
the
just testing
lane
you.
of
I'm
just
just
like
testing you.
reflecting on his music and seeing like shit that we love, and it's not right. Because if that's the case, then we shouldn't be muting Bill Cosby, and we got to mute Bill Cosby. So we got to
1,000%.
So it's a respect thing. But before we dive into that, this is your boy King Jules.
And I'm the sauce.
And we're back here with Mogul Talk episode 2. No, this is not episode 2. This is season 2, episode 1.
Yeah, man, we finally made it back. Sorry about that long hiatus.
Facts.
But now we're going to make it serious. We're going to really put this shit at the forefront of what we do and our website.
Yeah, definitely.
Because this shit is going to go far. We're going to start the network. We got the Wave podcast with Craig, a.k.a.
Swag.
Sour Batch Kid.
Sauce and the Dawn.
Sauce and Don.
Mogul Talk.
Mogul Talk.
Nomadic.
We
coming. We out here.
We're gonna have that weekly content for you guys. You know, just to put it out there to see what God does with it, and
just leave it in God's hands.
Exactly.
God's plan.
As long as He gave us his tools, and we're gonna try and build the house, and that's all it's all about. You know, we try to build the table.
Can you build the house with hay?
I mean, you could build a shelter, yes, but it's not gonna. The wolf is gonna come and blow it all down.
I like the way you think.
You know.
Oh man! All right, cool. So we out here.
Do you think you can build the house with hay?
I think you could. It's a tool you can use to build the house, but it's not the only thing.
Totally.
Can you build a house with just bricks?
Yeah, but you need
cement,
or like paste to put them together.
Gum or something.
Yeah.
Clay. You need something.
And what are you trying to say with that?
I don't know. I guess I'm trying to say is that you can't do one thing without the other.
And you need multiple things to innovate.
And change the game. Just because you have one idea or you doing one thing doesn't mean yes, you're trying to push off that one thing off the ground, but you got to have other things and prepare yourself, like you need other tools, you need other resources to make that one thing happen.
Definitely. And that's why I like what, 24 Hours is doing with their space.
Swag.
Creating that collaborative space for ideas to just be bounced off.
Yeah.
That's what we need. And you even got innovation spaces is just what you need to put in the hood. Because that's what 21 Savage is doing. I'm telling you, everybody who's hustling everything, they're smart. They know they could put their business tactics into anything. And if you just give them the tools, son, will be better than anyone. Once black people got into the NBA, the game was changed. It was 3 black women who landed that fucking spaceship, rocket, and that hidden
Talk
hidden,
about
hidden
it.
figures.
Talk your shit, bro.
You know
Talk your shit.
You know what I'm saying? And so, what I'm trying to say is just that niggas can do anything.
Niggas can't do anything.
And once they are, the world will be a better place.
No, you're right. I definitely like what you were talking about. We need more creative spaces and creative outlets for people of color.
And we blessed to be in New York City.
Definitely.
There's a whole world that doesn't have shit.
For us, we like you said, we are blessed. We definitely have the resources and people behind us and abilities to be in that space to be creatively productive. But there's some people who have the dreams, they have the ideas, but they don't have the resources to do it. You know what I mean? How can you get that podcast off the ground? How can you do that photo shoot that you wanted to do? How can you do that video shoot you wanted to do? Or how did you want to produce that album, but you don't got the equipment, to produce it, or you don't got the instruments, you know what I mean? It's putting yourself in a position to create a space and be more useful, to the community. That's really important. How can you give back to the community? How can you better the culture, if we would say it that way?
And really that's what everything should be, the focus about everything, just being selfless. If the people who were uh behind R. Kelly were selfless, none of this shit would happen. If they weren't trying to put it aside just because they were making money and he made a lot of people money, that shit could have been stopped.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he doesn't deserve to be on the pedestal that he is
True.
for the shit that he's
But
done.
we did it. The culture did that. We gave him that pedestal.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the record label executives.
But see,
You know, ones that actually had the power to like, you know, I'm not gonna work.
but
with
it
this
was
nigga.
for them. It was money.
I know, but if they were actually selfless, like
we would have that conversation.
yeah,
I mean, it's crazy to think about. You know, like how much money can buy and the things that like how much control that money has and people have with money, and it's like
I admit it. I admit it. I admit it. I admit it.
No, it's really crazy. You know what I mean? Like we're not on our regular everyday basis. Is like how can you help somebody? How can you be better to help somebody? And like think of all those people who knew what was going on with the R. Kelly situation for so many years and let it go by. And instead of putting themselves to the side and saying, you know what, it's not about money. It's not about all this other stuff. It's like you know what I'm gonna do. It's morally right. And it's taking a docu-series for people to really consider that. And look at the record labels. They knew about this. His management team, they knew about it. His
Son,
family, they knew about
He
it.
called himself the Pod Piper.
I mean,
If
yeah,
you don't know what the
exactly.
Pod Piper is, it's a guy who went with the flute, went around little towns collecting children. He called himself that. He made a song with a lyric called "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number." This shit was always here, you know. It's always sus. It's fucked up, man.
It is fucked up, man. It really is.
So like, don't like nobody knew. Everybody knew. Like, it didn't take this documentary to put it to the limelight, and people are gonna well, nah, people are like serious. More people, like young people,
are serious about
are
muting
serious.
him, yeah.
You know, which I commend. You know, that's why like the young people need to rule everything. Not everything, but like our government is just old people.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
It's an old way of thought.
80 years old, like making decisions for the future. It's ridiculous. That's why I fuck with Ocasio-Cortez.
Swag.
You know, even though she's whatever, she's young, but everybody got to start somewhere.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
We got to be the change that we want to see, like in our everyday lives. You know what I mean? We can't let this stuff go by. And like creds to the Me Too movement. We're not allowing this type of behavior of people taking advantage of their positions of power and using that to their own advantage, whether it's sexually, financially, and stuff like that, to like abuse people. Because at the end of the day, people are the ones that put you in those positions of power.
Definitely.
Like if it wasn't for us and it wasn't for the culture, R. Kelly wouldn't have a career. If it wasn't for us, hip hop wouldn't be where it is, and all these record companies wouldn't be monopolizing it and making all the money off of it. You know what I mean? It's like we put them in these positions of power, and time after time, we're seeing, especially now in today's climate, that people have been taking advantage of it, which we've already known, but also now you're looking at a point where it's like, how many people are affected by this? You know what I mean? And how many lives is this going to taint and change in a negative way because of the decisions that this person had made, to take advantage of all these people? Like I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who feel some type of way about the R. Kelly situation. There's people who still feel some type of way about the Bill Cosby situation. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that's simple of the situation.
It's crazy that nigga's in jail.
It is crazy, but
he
like
got slapped by a chicken patty.
It's it's all about accountability. Like, you got to hold these people accountable. We cannot allow this type of behavior. We can't allow this type of action. We can't allow any of this stuff to happen on a regular basis, because you know what? We're smart enough. We've been educated enough. We've seen it. There's more acceptance in today's society than it was back in those days. You know what I mean? And it's easier for us to say something now than it was back then,
1,000%. 1,000%.
It's crazy, man.
But I don't even know. Let's get off the R. Kelly subject.
All right,
fuck
off
that
the R.
nigga.
Kelly.
I'm a flirt. Soon as I see it, nah.
Something else, like, all right, well, like, kind of just like where we was at, where we left off, like season 1, we were just like talking about like pretty much just where our journey of like becoming moguls. And I think in the past year, we definitely learned a lot of shit for us, in terms of like our business with Roundtable, what we're trying to accomplish, and like where we're trying to go with things. And I think the biggest thing that we learned was just, knowing our worth and understanding like what our time is worth, what our energy is worth, and making sure that we're working with people who respect that. And I think, with us doing that, residency situation, I think that taught us a lot of lessons in terms of how we wanted to be business wise and how we wanted to operate. Um, with that, I would just say that it was a learning curve where I feel like never in business should you feel underappreciated. Business is like a mutual situation. You know
Definitely.
what I mean? And the people that you're working with in business, you should feel like you're getting something out of it just as much as they're getting something out of it. And if at any point you feel that the other person is getting more out of it than you are, then that's when you kind of remove yourself and sever that partnership and move on to something else. And I think that's something that we learned this year, with our severing ties with, Starbar.
Definitely. There's a point where you really get diminishing returns once you continue doing something. And we definitely saw that with the Starbucks residency because in the beginning of it, we were making more money than later on.
Yeah, def.
The attendance seemed to, still be the same, but just something, went off and Starbar was like raising their prices, expecting more money, and they weren't even putting out for us. Their equipment wasn't even doing that good.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up taking away the stage, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so really it was a point. It is important to know when it is that you need to get out. Like Drake has said, like if you watch his LeBron thing, The Shop, he was like, I don't want to overstay my welcome. I want to bow out at the best way possible.
Sure.
Now I don't know when Drake is gonna do that because he's dropped an album every year for the past 10 years. Doesn't seem like he's stopping soon. But that's what we had to do with Starbar.
Mm-hmm.
But we ended gracefully,
Yeah,
in my
definitely.
opinion. It was actually beautiful because in the beginning, Starbar didn't have a stage.
Yeah.
And when I first saw it was there, they didn't have a stage. And we grew with them to the point where they had a stage, got better lights, more people. They started to grow every day, having a show, having a performance. They had double bookings.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful to be a part of that.
And see that development.
Being a caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly. It is beautiful. Like even thinking about it now, we were part of that growth. With there are days that without us, nobody would be there.
Sure.
And but definitely, you just gotta. As they grow, we have to grow as well.
Yeah.
We have to go into our cocoon and also regroup. Focus on our artists.
Yeah.
Because that's also another thing when you're doing something that seems to be working, but it eventually isn't what you should be doing, like working a 9 to 5. I know we all want to quit our 9 to 5s, and it just feels like the same thing over and over again.
We get comfortable.
Yeah, and we did get comfortable. Sometimes you need to take that leap, and you might be falling for a long time. Like, damn, I'm falling. Well, I'm still falling. Like, what's going on, God? Like, but eventually that parachute is gonna come out, and you continue on to the next step.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's very true. Like, I feel like you can't get anywhere without stepping out of your comfort zone. I feel like with us, we get so complacent in our everyday lives, like even working that 9 to 5 situation, whether it's a 9 to 5 that you like or a 9 to 5 you don't like,
totally,
you still get in a point and a feeling where it's like, I don't want to do this. I know that I can be doing something else. My energy can be challenged, and directed somewhere else, or my mental state can be challenged, or my work life can be challenged, and I can be doing something better. But sometimes it's like you got to know when that season is up, when your season is up at a certain place, and sometimes you can overstay your welcome at a place. You don't want to overstay your welcome when you go to somebody's house. So why overstay your welcome in a place where you don't want to be? And I feel like with the Starbar situation, we definitely did bow out gracefully in the transition to see them grow and develop. And as we grew and developed, they grew and developed, but also knowing like, hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to look at your situation, even with like dealing with businesses and dealing with collaborators, like even look at your inner circle. Sometimes you got to realize like it was good while it lasted, but you got to know when to step out of it. And when it's like, you know what, time is up. And I'm happy to see where you're going, but maybe we're not going in the right direction.
Yeah. That's what, contracts exist for a reason.
That's very true.
So you can't, nobody does a lifetime contract.
Nope.
Other than LeBron, and
people in prison. I mean, it's a lifetime sentence.
Wow, that's a bar right there. Yo, write that down.
Write that down.
That's a bar.
Take notes.
Like you have a 2-year contract, at the end of it, you say, hey, do I want to renew or do I want to not?
Mm-hmm.
You make that decision. And that's the beauty of it. And also, it's important to know that, like, you also shouldn't make those leaps based on other people's expectations,
Mm-hmm.
because we all get frustrated in the situation we are. And social media, unfortunately, plays that role.
Always.
You know, that the expectations of everything, like, that's what makes this day and age very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see this shit. This person's perfect on Instagram, even though deep down inside that person probably isn't doing as well as they're
Mm-hmm.
displaying. People only post the good things on
Always.
Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, I've seen some depressing shit as well, but people post mostly the good shit. Like, it's not Tumblr.
It's not like I posted today. Yeah, you see me smiling in this picture and I'm very happy, but like you're not gonna know that I had a really shit day and
Yeah,
this is
and,
making me
and
feel
so
better.
really, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, everybody's gonna go at their own pace.
Mm-hmm.
It took us 2 years to realize that, you know, with the residency, but we went at our own pace. And I honestly, I think the rebrand also to the come up was awesome.
Definitely,
I think it was beautiful.
it gave it like a sense of purpose and knowing like what we were trying to accomplish.
It was way better. Like, even though I did fuck with last year's like 11/11
and like March Madness,
Black Lovin'.
Black Lovin'. I thought about that the other day. I looked at the cover and I was like, we named this Black Lovin', and I was like, what does that even mean? And I was like, I wonder if like people, non-African American people who went to the event or even like saw the flyer, like what they thought that meant. And yeah, that was interesting. But like, yeah, those I like those. I like the fact that we gave those individual names to the events because it gave it like a nice theme. It was very
Yeah.
quirky, but I think with the come up, the rebrand of the come up made it more serious. You know, it wasn't just like, hey, we have a residency and we're just throwing this show. It's like, hey, this shows a certain level of consistency. Like, hey, you're looking for that outlet where you can see up and coming artists perform, whether a rapper, singer, band, group, or whatever. Okay, you know what? You'll go to Hot 97, who's next, you know, for the next who's next
Right.
in hip hop, or you'll go to like the Rhythm of the Night to see who's next in R&B. Or you can go to the come up and you can kind of get a mix of the both, you know.
And you know, I think it's something that's very marketable.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, something that could be thrown anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
And I think that's what like for going forward in 2019 or 2020, like taking the come up elsewhere, you know, like taking to come up state to state. Like imagine like we be the ability to go to a different city and be like, yo, we want to see the best of the talent in New York City. In say we go to Boston or say we go to Philly or DC. Yo, let's see. Submit all these artists submit their singles. We listen back to the singles to pick the best that we want to highlight, diversity, talent, following, all of that good stuff, and then you got the come up, and now the come up is in DC, and now the come up is in Philly, and that's how you expand. This is how you grow, you know.
Yeah, even like we could like one day like at Rolling Loud Festival have the come up stage.
Come up stage,
And
bro.
like, it's not where all the main people are. It's where
everybody on the come up.
chance
Yeah,
at this festival to do that shit for you, you know.
and right now, like I feel like you don't really get. It's not like back in the day where like you got the ability to go face level with your favorite artists where they're at like a very intimate setting, you know. Like imagine being in 2005 and you're going to see T-Pain like you are going to see him now at Irving Plaza for $29.95, right? Yeah, like that's an intimate setting. You would love to see your favorite artist at a great price, but like this is them in their raw form before they hit the stadiums, before they go in the crazy radio tour, you know.
And not everyone's gonna make it.
Not everybody's gonna make it, but it's like it would be good to say, you know what? I remember 20 years from now, like when you ever hear like your parents or grandparents talk about their favorite bands and groups. Like I know with my mom, she would talk about how she saw Belle Biv DeVoe in like '91, at, like with her sister, and
I actually saw Belle Biv DeVoe this year.
You did?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was awesome. It was mad funny. It was Swiss Beats brought them out. And they did Poison. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's so random.
I was like, oh shit. But continue.
But like, you know, to have that experience, that you tell your kids, like, hey, you know, I remember back in the day I saw this so and so artist at this show called The Come Up, you know. That would be such a dope experience to give them that outlet, you know, continuously, and everybody has that story to tell their kids, like, hey, this is what the come up did for me. And that's what happens with like brands that like have longevity. you're be able to pass it down to your kids. Like you pass McDonald's down to your kids, you pass Burger King down to your kids. Those are fast food chains, but like brands that stay with you throughout your whole family, like your favorite car brand or your favorite computer brand. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing that you go on with for the rest of your life.
Your political affiliation.
Your political affiliation. It's the truth.
But yeah, nah. So like, coming up this year, we're just gonna try, the come up, link up and drink up. Link up, drink up is gonna be the next event. Hopefully, most likely.
Yeah, most likely.
It is.
We're definitely, I think link up and drink up was a great opportunity for us to connect with our fellow creators.
And for this year, hopefully we can do something like after the panel, some way we could get dyads out in terms of like just two people talking to each other, but through a game. I don't know, match them somehow.
Yeah,
pick a name out the hat, and then they can network with each other.
Or like
just have a 5-minute conversation.
Partnership, like you get tagged for a partner, like and like you're gonna be sitting at this table with that person. This is your partner for the event.
Some posse shit,
that were cool. Honestly, posse was the shit, bro.
I know
like,
it was.
I definitely didn't take advantage of the situation as much as I could.
You're mad dumb.
I was mad dumb.
It's okay though. Hindsight is 2020.
Everything happens for a reason too.
That's a fact.
It was not meant for me to take that opportunity and that leap.
Because then you wouldn't have
I wouldn't have came up with this idea for Round Table.
You never know. You were producing before.
I was, but
you were producing before.
Me working with Rose record label made me think yo, I can do this better and not take advantage of artists, and then I want to go start my own label.
Yeah.
To kind of open that door.
Facts. And then after Link Up and Drink Up, and then hopefully the spot somehow, some way, maybe give one free drink somehow.
Yeah.
Just so they could get, you need that aphrodisiac to make shit a little easier.
Yeah.
Kick the edge off a little.
Yeah.
And so
everybody needs a shot. I say take a shot. Also, to anybody who saw me recently, I just heard that I'm a very aggressive drunk and I force people to take shots. Yeah. And I'm sorry for anybody that I've ever forced to take a shot.
You felt very R. Kelly to me,
Wow, that's OD. Okay. I just want people to have a lit time.
Dominant.
Okay.
Very dominant. I'm kidding.
Do not
kidding.
associate with me with R. Kelly anyway.
Just drink the Grape Henny.
The Grape Where did that come from?
Taylor Port. Grape Henny.
Yo, who said that though?
It's Young Toogs.
Yo, yeah, Young Toogs said that. He was like, this is like the Grape Henny.
He's like, yo, drink that Grape Henny. And if y'all call that shit Grape Henny, let us know, because that shit is hilarious.
Also, Taylor Wine Company, if you would like to sponsor me, I would like a sponsorship for your port wine.
That's another thing we need. We need sponsorships. And how do we go about that? There has to be some, some juice bar that will give us some celery drink.
This is an open forum. If you are a local business that wants to get on and want us to talk about, you on the come up and show you off at our events, we're looking for sponsors.
You could just give us $50 and we'll shout out your name. Something.
We'll put you on the flyer.
We'll display your name. Sponsored by. Son?
I'm trying to get a Dunkin' Donuts sponsorship. You know why? Because I will fuck with some fucking strawberry frosted donuts. Okay?
I love them.
A dozen. Give me a free dozen of strawberry frosted donuts, my nigga.
A whole dozen?
Whole dozen.
Not even one jelly? Jelly's my favorite, bro.
No, I mean, if I had to do a top 5 of donuts, it would be
jelly,
strawberry frosted. No, let me do my dozen of the strawberry frosted, the French curler,
fire,
the chocolate glaze, the regular glaze.
Chocolate glaze is good. Regular glaze,
blueberry glaze, blueberry cake donut.
Okay.
Then I would do a vanilla frosted, so that's a half a dozen right there. If I'm feeling really edgy, I might do an old fashioned.
Wow.
A Boston cream.
I hate Boston
cream is fire. Oh. And I gotta really be in the mood for a jelly donut.
About it.
Really?
Disgusting.
The cream is so good.
Oh, hell no. Fuck out of here.
Damn, you don't even like the chocolate on the top?
It's all right. But Boston cream? You like the lemon custard?
The lemon custard is good too. No, the pumpkin spice, bro.
White,
the pumpkin spice.
I knew you were white inside.
I'm not white, but you know what it was? I was in college, and my friend said that like I used to be like a fan of sweet potato pie. I mean, I still am a fan of sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie
And
is
I
fire.
had one of my white roommates try it, and he was like, "Dude, this tastes like this tastes like pumpkin pie." And I was like, "You're lying." And then I tried pumpkin pie for the first time, and they're not too dissimilar. And then ever since, I've been fucking with pumpkin spice shit.
I've had pumpkin spice latte before, just to try it out. It's all right.
Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. It tells you how basic you are.
I get Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Yeah. They take too much of my money though.
I mean, Starbucks, I gotta be literally like, for me to go, my location has to be on the same block as Starbucks, and there has to be no line. Like, I'm never gonna go out my way to actively go to Starbucks.
Order it, you know. I hit the mobile order.
Allison tried to get me into that. It was slow for that.
Nah, nigga, you pull up Americano as soon as you get there, ready.
But my fat ass does mobile order McDonald's all the time.
I do that too.
At work.
And Chick-fil-A, and I don't do Subway mobile order.
Subway, I just feel like it wouldn't be right.
Nah, I gotta tell them what I want. Cause I gotta be like, more mayo, please.
Mm-hmm. I hate a dry ass Subway sandwich, bro. It's the worst, honestly.
Nah,
they be going to light on the mayo, and I'm like, bro, like, make
you
that
like mayo?
Make that shit wet. Yeah,
I
normally do an Italian with like lettuce, tomato, cucumbers, spinach, a little oil and vinegar, mayonnaise, salt and pepper, and then a dash of ranch.
You sound just like me, except for the ranch, but
you don't try it with the ranch.
I don't really like ranch.
You
like
add
that.
bacon on there?
Nah, I don't.
Yo, add bacon will change your life.
Of course, bacon's good with anything. You ever had bacon with cream cheese?
No, but I've had bacon with butter.
You had bacon with ice cream?
No, have you?
No.
What kind of question is that?
I'm sure it tastes good though.
I mean, like bacon with ice cream. I'm just really trying to visualize that.
Anyway, so what's your high hopes for 2019? Any albums you waiting for? Rihanna.
High hopes for 2019. My high hopes is that I want to drop a project personally. I feel like I have a lot of music that I've been sitting on, so that's something that I want to accomplish, even if it's trash and only 5 people listen to it. Like, just to say that I accomplished that.
You'll get at least 100 listens.
100 plays. That's all good. All I need. I told myself that I want my Grammy by 25. So this year I actually turned 25. So I have 365 days from July 10th, 2019 to July 10th, 2020 to get a Grammy.
You could get it for next year's thing.
That's the plan. So I'm gonna work on the music this year.
We gotta drop
We
gotta drop like 300 songs. One of them will work.
So the goal.
I'm telling you, bro. If you do the Christmas tape, son,
we've been talking about this Christmas tape for like what 2 years
it's
now.
All right, bro. Jay-Z said it himself. For his album 26, I ain't need no deal. All right. So if he did it,
I mean, it's crazy to think that we're like pulling up on like 26 and like we're getting old. Like we're about to be peak hip hop age, 26, 27.
I know that's like peak.
That's a peak. But I realized that recently, like with social media, like everybody who we see that's like really popping off right now, they're not like really young people. They're not like our age, 23, 24 popping off. They're like 27, 28.
Well, like Drake is like 30. 33.
Oh, no, he's 30. He's
like 31. I think he's 31. Drake's 31. Kendrick's at least, I think he's 30. J. Cole, I think he's like 29. Travis Scott, he's 24. He's 24.
Travis Scott is our age.
He deadass dropped Astroworld at 24 years old, bro. He's not even at his peak yet.
Bro.
He's not even at his peak yet.
I mean, he's dropped 3 fire albums back to back.
So imagine Birds in the Trap, 22, and
Rodeo, he was
Rodeo
21
or 20. Like, that's crazy.
That is
Rodeo's
crazy.
one of my favorite shits ever.
Birds in the Trap bangers start to finish, bro. Through the Late Night, balance. Find your balance. Balancing is my talent.
Sprinkle a little season on the salad. Ooh, don't wait.
Stroke my cactus. And a banger.
Taking shots like the NRA.
Shooting shots like the NRA.
You're a ring. Yo, son. But nah, I don't like Off Rodeo. I don't like Flying High.
Really?
I hate that song.
Banger Off Rodeo is 90210.
Who?
She's a porn star girl.
Crazy.
Oh,
and the switch up.
Mike Dean on a production.
She said, Travis, you work too hard. I worry that you forget about all things. I'm balling in and out of clubs. Don't worry, I'ma get it, Granny. 32.
The video, bro. The video for that.
Whatever happened, my granny happened. Yo, son. And then Astroworld. Yeah, you can say I'm not it all.
Or I don't want to wake up.
I want you spread up on my sheets.
Pussy's so good.
Pussy's so sweet.
But that's a banger. Kevin and I actually went to Astro World Tour, and that was a highlight of 2018. I was in the boondocks because I'm poor, and Kevin, he had the fire seats on the floor.
My brother jumped over into the crowd.
Crazy.
I know, he's wild.
Wild boy.
I know.
Yo, your brother drips. I'm not going to front.
Follow him on the gram?
He followed me on the gram.
He's in France right now.
He is?
He's in Brussels.
Damn, son.
Yeah. And he thinks he's cool and shit.
Your brother is cool.
He's stupid.
Shout out to Devin. Devin the real nigga.
He's actually like tall now and like getting brolic.
Damn.
It's mad weird.
Jared's the same way. Jared is fucking like...
Oh, no, but Jared is a giant.
Jared grew last week. Like,
Jared-
he literally from Wednesday to Thursday, this nigga grew like maybe 2 inches. I literally walked into... He's walking out the bathroom, and I'm like, did you grow? And he was like, did I? This nigga was taller than the mirror in our apartment. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
So lucky, man.
I'm like, I just want 1 inch, bro,
Son.
to not be 5'7". Like, let me be 5'8". Totally, okay? I do not want to be a short nigga. I don't want people to Google me on IMDb and like Wikipedia and it says 5'7". Okay, I just want to be an inch taller.
Fucking Jared. Shout out to DJ Jared though.
DJ Smooth in the building. But
getting hickeys on his neck.
high hope. Oh damn. High hopes for 2018. Yeah, that's it for right now. How about yourself? 2019. Damn, 2019.
For me, you know, waiting for that Rihanna album. Hopefully that shit drops. That Beyonce album. Probably February.
Do we need another Beyonce album?
I don't know. It's gonna come though. Obviously,
I don't really think we need one.
It's coming though.
I think we're about to get a new Cole album.
Of course, yeah. We're about to get Revenge of the Dreamers.
KLD, he needs something to follow it up.
Well, we're about to get Revenge of the Dreamers.
I saw they're going in the studio next week.
And then that'll come soon.
Ari Lennox, she's probably gonna drop her album, which is gonna be fire.
Fucking, what else is there? Kanye, Yandi. He's about to change the game. He said it last time I was tweeting like this. I made my beautiful dark twisted fantasy.
Damn, he was wilding, bro. Drake versus Kanye. He was just talking to himself.
Drake's a bully, bro.
Is he?
Yeah, he be on Instagram putting the purple demon emojis, and then he puts the caption. He's like, first suspects, just toying with him because Kanye's crazy, so he knows it messes with him. Following Kim on the gram. I'm not saying Kanye's like he's stupid for getting mad at that, but Drake does it on purpose to get at him because he knows it bothers him.
That's true.
He's aware, so he's a bully for that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think have you seen Bird Box?
No, I haven't seen Bird Box.
Damn, you slacking. But if you seen Bird Box, I feel like Kanye would be one of those people who is not affected by like the demon spirit or whatever, and like try to convince people that like to look into the light.
Why isn't he affected? Why aren't they affected?
I don't remember why aren't they affected, but like they were trying to convince.
But they could see.
Yeah, they could see. Like,
and some people were just like, "No, I can't take it off."
Some people can't see because like they didn't want to die. It makes you commit suicide.
That's crazy. But why? That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's a crazy movie.
But then how do they like at the womb they put blindfolds on them?
No, it just happened like on a random day of the street on it like out of the year. It was like a random day. It was like the end of the world. But I think the people who had who could see had like some type of like mental disorder or whatever. But I feel like Kanye would be like one of those people to be looking at people and trying to convince them to open their eyes because he does that shit on Twitter right now, and niggas is still looking. They paying attention. They looking at them tweets, going crazy. Put that blindfold on.
If I was any more cool, I'd be frozen.
That was the hardest tweet of 2018, bro. Hardest tweet. That was the realest shit that I've ever heard in my life.
But I'm ready for that Big Sean album.
Definitely need a project from Big Sean.
Hopefully that shit drops. Maybe some new Tiana Taylor. There'll definitely be a Brockhampton album because they dropped like 4 a year.
What is Brockhampton going to be like without Amir Van?
They're gonna be fine. Like,
I think he was the underrated all-star.
honestly, people say that, and they say that their last album like wasn't as hard, but I thought it was just as good as the Saturation series. But they're going on a tour. They're gonna be fine, and I think they did a good job for doing what they did. They did their research though. They like extensively, and Amir like lied to them as well about the whole situation. So they felt strongly about what they did.
I respect
I commend them. OD.
Hold them accountable.
Yeah, I commend them. OD. They'll be fine. They're good. They're good. But I feel that though, and maybe he'll. Hey man, people like an underdog.
And maybe he'll learn from his ways and come back.
Like Tupac got convicted of sexual misconduct, and look at him. He's considered the greatest rapper alive. But so Amir maybe could come back, but nah, you can't come back.
Fellas, we just got to do better. This has just happened quite too often.
Yo, Steven Tyler, freaking married, had a mother sign over her 13-year-old daughter to him and would tour, and then she got pregnant. And he went on tour again and left her in his crib with no food for 2 months. And she called him like, "Yo, I need food. Like, I'm pregnant." And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna send someone." And then she woke up to the house being set on fire.
What the fuck?
Steven Tyler, my nigga.
Steven Tyler, shit.
It's in both their books. They both wrote a book. It's both in there. 13 years old. No one says that shit. And he's white. Whatever. You could consider that
rock legend. Yeah, that's all they care about.
Even James Brown, like
James Brown, yeah, he was beating his wife and everything.
Yeah. I think Chuck Berry did shit. I don't know.
Chuck Berry, he got arrested because he went across state lines with an underage girl.
Damn.
And he got caught in a car with an underage girl.
Woody Allen married his adopted daughter.
This literally proves all the fuck shit in the world, and that guys are at the center of it. And I just want you guys to know that me and Kevin are trying to be the change, and we're trying to do better and try to educate these young brothers out here.
Deadass, like, what are you doing?
For real.
I don't understand.
Consent,
that's why you
respect.
You just need Jesus.
Treat them better. You know what I mean?
Niggas who have Jesus still be doing fuck shit.
And then they be hiding behind Jesus while they doing fuck shit.
Oh Lord.
It's messed up, man. But
yeah,
we're gonna sign off. This is Mogul Talk, Season 2, Episode 1. We appreciate y'all. Follow us on the gram, the Mogul Talk Podcast.
Yup. You can also follow me on No Church in the City.
Follow me at I Am King Jules.
And just let us know what y'all think. This is gonna be on our website and shit. The website's gonna be a whole overhaul. Y'all see soon.
Wait on it.
Flake's coming soon too.
Loading. We out.